Does the color of the sky mean anything special to you? It does to me. A hell of a lot. When I close my eyes, the sky in my dreams is a deep, dark blue.
¿Quieres ver la historia o me la salto? O sea, porque yo ya la he visto, pero la puedo
Pilots have
dejar.
been in my family for 4 generations. Flying's in my DNA. Even so, my grandpa didn't want me joining the Air Force. He lost faith in the Ocean Air Defense the day my dad died in battle.
You know, Abby, I wish you could see what it's like up there. Cruising above the
Oh,
clouds,
aviones.
the dark blue of the stratosphere. Nothing beats being at the controls and seeing it from the cockpit. Look here.
Gramps tossed a magazine over to me with an article. Unmanned fighters are no longer a dream, it read. Pilots taking to the skies will soon be a distant memory.
I don't see anything good coming from that.
Know what? Lying smack dab in the middle of the desert west of here, there's a bunch of planes from the last war. Some of them have been mothballed, but most of them are just rusted piles of junk waiting to be scrapped. Gramps was really good friends with the super there, so he got to take whatever he wanted, no questions asked. That's how we got the parts to build our own plane. Now, when I say we, I mean me, my grandpa, and his old war buddies. I cut my teeth working with those geezers. They taught me their skills, and some dirty jokes. But with their aging eyeballs and whatnot, I ended up having to do most of the work myself. I was at the airstrip doing some flight training when I saw it. A prototype drone. It wasn't much of a plane, more of a trash can with wings.
Laugh at it all you want, kid. But technology's always changing. If you don't keep up with it, it'll leave your ass behind.
It took 6 years and 8 months to get that engine running. And it took us another 1.5 years after that to finally get the balance of the airframe just right. I'd gone from being a little girl to, well, still a girl, just older. But now, I was all alone. Wherever the souls of my Gramps and his pals are flying, I hope it's peaceful. Then, finally, I was ready to break the sound barrier. All this plane could do was take off, accelerate, and fly up. Straight up, through the clouds, higher into the sky. Dark blue. I could almost touch it. Then I saw Osia's fighters. They were tailing something. A drone. They were going full out chasing that thing. Doing 30 Gs at least. Damn, I've never seen anything move that fast. It had a rose painted on it. The Erusian emblem. But that country's a whole continent away from here.
Right. You should have been wearing a vest with you piece of junk. Should have built a return too.
Everyone here? Settle down. I said settle down. You have all been instrumental in helping to maintain peace in Usea as members of the International Union Peacekeeping Force. Until today. Earlier, Our radar site informed us that a group of unidentified aircraft was approaching. Communication systems went down immediately afterwards. We are led to conclude that they have attacked the site. Here's your mission. It's possible that the Yuzhan ceasefire agreement has been broken for the first time in over a decade. As of today, the Fort Grays Air Base Squadron of the IUPF has been put on high alert. All members who have been ordered to sortie, fly there immediately. Find the unidentified craft, then use your weapons to round them up and force them to land. If the hostiles counterattack, then you will...
What the hell was that?
There's smoke! We're under attack.
Numerous unidentified aircraft confirmed overhead.
How is that possible?
The tank farm to the north has been bombed.
Many injured.
Scramble. All units, take off and eliminate the unidentified craft attacking the base. This is not a drill. Is everyone here?
Squadron, aircraft preparations complete. Stand by at the front.
Radar site's still silent. Scramble. Get those birds in the sky. We're sitting ducks. What's happening? Bombers incoming. Don't know how many.
Let's clear that runway. We don't got all day here.
Mage Squadron, head to runway.
No me acuerdo bien, o sea, saco la película pero no me acuerdo bien qué tratas de referenciar.
Trigger, your call sign is Mage 2. Verify and read back. Mage 2, clear for takeoff. The situation is tight. It's a hell of a welcoming party, but we have faith in you. Good luck.
Control, do me a favor and get that bird in the air ASAP.
Mage 2, altitude restriction is lifted. Good luck.
The carrier. Whoa. Looks like the harbor's taken a lot of damage.
Can't have any more casualties. Time to stop the bullshit. Mage 2, form up with Mage 1. All aircraft, let's do this. Golem Squadron, it's go time.
Roger that.
Ah, no me acuerdo de eso. O sea, pudiste haber usado ¿cómo se llama? Ah, el de Top Gun.
Take down all unidentified bombers. They don't have many escorts. They hit our radars hard in the last attack. Expect the worst and stay sharp.
Wilco. Trigger, I'm your wingman.
Me gusta el efecto de agua cuando estás por las nubes.
You gotta keep an eye out for enemy bombers. Okay, here we go. Looks like bombers have been located. It's showtime, Trigger. Let's see if you can handle the spotlight. You're a good pilot. So I told him. I had to fill an empty spot, so play along.
Enemy bomber confirmed down. Good job, Mage 2.
Not bad, Mage 2. Trigger, switch your radar. See if you can locate the enemy. There it is, sitting there all pretty, just waiting to be taken.
Target confirmed down. Looking good, Mage 2. Mage 2, missile launch. Mage 2, target's in range. Pair of bombers.
Trigger, stay calm. You got this. I know the kid's shown some promise, but let's remember, he's still barely gotten his feet wet. Trigger, don't forget your special weapon. That's it. It's great when it's simple.
We've done enough damage to the harbor, the carrier, and enemy fleet. Drop payload on installations and return to base.
No sé, yo medio vi esa película porque como salió en épocas que yo estaba naciendo, a mi mamá le encanta. Y así de actriz, no se me ocurre ninguna.
It's bomber and an escort.
Oh, there, Trigger, settle down. Mage 2, maintain your element with Mage 1. Do not break off. Mage 1, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. Wilco. Golem 2, let's maintain element.
Copy that, Commander. I've got your 6 covered, sir.
Radio.
Golem, Mage, 2 new enemy groups.
This is HQ. Attention all combat groups.
Mage 2.
Are there any drones? Verify.
Are you kidding me right now? Jesus, this is the kind of shit that really chaps my ass.
UAVs. We can tell them apart. Target is down.
Attaboy, Trigger.
Attack hit. Bandit is still moving. Bandit in my sight. Locked on. Harbor facilities and carrier destroyed. I call that mission accomplished. We've still got half our baggage. Empty about hangars and runways. Okay.
Enemy bomber hit, but still airborne. Finish it off.
To this one.
Mage 2 bandit confirmed down.
They can burn with their whole payload.
Hesitating for a split second could be the difference between life and death. Stay sharp, think fast.
Roger that.
Don't let them destroy the harbor. Where the hell are our fighters? The harbor is under heavy fire.
One remaining.
Mage 2, keep your focus. You got this.
Got an enemy on my back.
Mage 2, missile away. To Golem and Mage, job well done. All bombers are down. Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
Good going, Mage 2. Flight Commander looks like he's got what it takes. Let's slow down. It's just one sortie. Don't try to be a hero. I want you to make it back in one piece, you hear?
Yeah, I gotta side with the boss man on this.
Golem Squadron, this is HQ. Did you confirm any drones?
What's the deal with all the drones?
Golem 1, return to base and report for debriefing.
La película de Mira quién habla. Pero qué cosa, si... Ah, si vas para abajo.
Sign is page 2. Verify and read back.
We are currently assessing the We have confirmed that the aircraft carrier Albatross was sunk. We know the attacking bogies were from a International Union peacekeeper.
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean
¿Por qué? Si estás en el avión.
As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on. I've just received breaking news.
A ver.
The
Lo
International
que te
Space
perdiste,
Elevator, which is being built in southern Usia,
básicamente ahorita es una chava que su abuelo y otra gente con la que trabajó le estaba enseñando a hacer aviones en una parte de la historia. En la otra parte, tú eres parte, o sea, el personaje que manejas, este Trigger, es parte de un escuadrón del ejército. En el mundo de este juego, básicamente hay guerra entre dos naciones.
Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today,
y básicamente los que resultan ser los malos, básicamente empezaron a desarrollarnos drones inteligentes. Pues son drones, o sea, son cosas de guerra y están... ¿Cómo se llama? Así que, o sea, que son súper inteligentes porque luego sale de que están basados en un tipo que era súper buen piloto.
Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from two continents went head to head.
Pero básicamente sí matas gente y drones.
They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Usians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Usia, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusea didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer.
Ahorita básicamente la que derribaron es la chava narrando. Sí.
Yeah, I survived.
O sea, básicamente las escenas en este juego, casi todas son desde su punto de vista. Y o sea, todo lo que es, o sea, que es que tú estás manejando, pues o sea, son desde el punto de vista de tus personajes. Básicamente voló esta chava en espacio aéreo de una base del ejército de donde tú eres. Y porque estaba volando pues con un avión ilegal y eso.
I was thousands of kilometers from Erusea on the opposite side of the Yuzian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats. And the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out, and set the dogs on me.
Erusea has made a declaration to the Osean Federation and all countries on the Yuzian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusea are currently appearing throughout Yuuzha. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation.
Ahorita
The Fort Grays Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle
para el que el que te dije que el de mi hermana. También junté para el de peleas, que ese ya está. Tengo ahorrado para, bueno, estoy ahorrando para uno que quería comprarme en abril, pero lo atrasaron hasta sepa cuándo. ¿Qué más? Había uno que... chinga, ¿por qué estoy juntando? A ver. Sí, o sea, posiblemente salga el Street Fighter 6 este año, así que quiero tener dinero para por cuando salga. Chance dan, dicen la fecha cuando sale en ¿cómo se llama? El junio, julio, que es un evento. También me quería comprar una expansión de un juego de Switch. A ver. Ah, sí, uno de JoJo's que sale, pero hasta creo que septiembre 2. Ah, sí, también hay otro que me llama la atención. Que se llama Omori. Pero ese chance me espera a que esté en rebaja. Porque ese sí, ese no creo que no vaya a comprar en día 1. Y ya, es que también no sé porque en el próximo, no sé si en junio o julio, digo, va a ser un evento que van a mostrar muchos juegos que van a salir este año. Y no sé si vaya a querer algo de eso, así que me estoy esperando. Porque también hay unos que me quería comprar, pero no me los... ¿Qué se llama? No me los he comprado.
squadron, sortie, ASAP.
Ah, sí, me gusta eso, que está medio raro.
Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
But, any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Yep.
Target eliminated.
Intercept! Fire the AA! Get the radar vehicle out of there! We don't have any anti-air weapons yet.
It's popping off now, Trigger. The war has officially begun. Their anti-air guns aimed right at us.
It's an air raid. We're being attacked by enemy aircraft.
Target destroyed. 5 to go.
Get the fighters out there. Protect the radar vehicle. We're using the containers now. Those weapons are meant for tactical flexibility. Requesting permission to move the vehicle. We can't wait any longer. We need interceptors now.
Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion. Enemy interceptors inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds.
Wilco, here they come. Take them down. Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellite. It's reliable, so trust your radars.
2 targets remaining.
That radar was just about to go online. Push the plan forward too fast. It's too far from Allied territory.
Trigger, there's one more to go.
Careful, the enemy has a lock. That was the last radar vehicle. Great work. Radar vehicle's destroyed, but the interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out. Continue with the mission. Crush as many as you can.
The clouds don't just affect your field of vision. They also mess with your HUD and radar. The Seekers can sometimes lose their lock-on to their targets, too.
We aim over clear ground. It's free. Hit the bailout now.
Nova 1, enemy will crash in a residential area.
Just worry about staying alive for now.
No, they're not linked to the radar vehicle. Launch manually. Redo the setup.
Watch your chaffing flare supply.
Here's some manual reinforcements. I do manuals in a language we can understand.
Enemy transports are taxiing.
God damn it, my brother was in that way during it. Keep beating. Bandit has lock. Right now, missile. I'm in his blind spot. He's mine.
Phase 2, break that lock.
Wait, so you want us to take down the enemy without damaging any public facilities? That's gonna be a circus.
Targeting gun range.
It didn't connect.
Keep your mind focused.
All right. This base is worth destroying.
Launch preparations complete. Sorry, ready. Net clear 15 meters. Kill confirmed. UAV is ready to launch. Away.
Multiple bogeys on radar. They're close.
Wait, they're being launched.
You're cleared to engage. They're probably hostile.
Judging by the way they look and move, they gotta be lost. Well spotted, clown. No doubt about it, we're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change the fact. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down. These drones have great agility. It's all aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them.
Bandit is down.
HQ, this is Golem 1. Bandits confirmed as UAVs. Repeat,
Whoa.
bandits are drones.
Golem 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out.
It doesn't matter. He's saying the war can change in an instant. Get over it. Yeah, I just wish they'd give us a bit more warning.
Missile did not connect. Mage 2, missile away.
Bandits are in the clouds.
Mage 2 splashed a bandit. Good work. Enemy UAV confirmed destroyed. Hell yeah. Golem Squadron, you're not gonna let Mage get all the glory, are ya?
3 enemies to go.
Golem Squadron, surround him. Keep your eyes open in those clouds.
Don't ice up in there.
Crap. The aircraft is icing up. I'm getting a warning.
Get out of the clouds, the ice will melt.
UAV down.
I'm buying dinner for anyone who takes down an enemy.
There's a bar I want to try.
You're doing good.
Shit.
Just 2 more.
An enemy in front of me and behind me.
I'm iced up.
Fox 2.
Bueno, sí se nota que estoy con lo más difícil porque sí estoy batallando para darles.
Clouds are screwing up the accuracy.
Target down. Nicely done. 1 to go. Let's get through this without any casualties.
Phase 1 launching missile.
Locked. Lock broken by the clouds.
So, drones don't feel the G-force, huh?
The enemy knows a few moves, but that's about it. Just chase them down and pull the trigger.
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
No ves si es que sí, me estoy guiando por el radar.
You shoot, someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
You've given us air superiority by destroying their radar. The first barrier keeping us from retaking the space elevator is gone. Now is the time to group up and begin the counteroffensive. Let us reclaim what is ours.
carne sin nada. No, ni ya probaste la hamburguesa de pura carne sin nada.
Se llama carne.
The surprise attacks carried out after the declaration of war saw the peacekeeping forces of various countries, including Osea, suffer major damage. The ships moored around the space elevator and near Gandar Bay have been hit particularly hard. Numerous ships have been sunk and abandoned. Fortunately, our cutting-edge aircraft carrier Kestrel II was at sea, so it was spared from the attack. Kestrel II is now preparing to launch another attack against Erusia's capital, Farbanti. The aircraft carrier Vulture also managed to escape Gandar Bay safely. However, it lost all its aircraft, so it's sailing empty. Today, the International Union Peacekeeping Force reclaims its bid to the space elevator. The Fort Grays Island Air Base Squadron will rendezvous with the carrier Vulture for a joint mission. The first objective will be to seize air superiority in
Sabes saber dependiendo de la carne, pero siento que sin sazonar le va a faltar sabor.
The enemy maintains air superiority over Chopper, so expect heavy resistance from enemy aircraft. There's more, so listen carefully. Right from the start of the war, the enemy has been deploying drones. They're using a new advanced type of drone. The unmanned airborne aircraft carrier, the Arsenalberg, carries this new drone, MQ-101. The Osean Army headed up the development of the massive Arsenalbergs and dispatched them to the space elevator to provide support. However, it's been reported that the carriers may have fallen into the hands of the Erusian forces. If that's true, it could be a significant obstacle for us. We need to regain control of the space elevator ASAP. Good luck out there.
No bien gacho, sí. O sea, mínimo le tienes que echar sal y pimienta. Mande.